Hello, everyone. My name is Everett Pompeii. If any of you guys were at the hackathon earlier this year or the hackathon before that, this may look familiar. Toby was part of the second one, so credit to him as well. On this, and so this is the eligibility engine, which is crowdsourced programmatic qualification. And so this might be getting a little bit meta, but hopefully everyone will be able to stay with me, because I think it's pretty cool. So it's powered by, and going to be powering this attorney, which we'll learn about a little bit later today. So what is the legal problem? Are people eligible, right? Do they qualify for legal services? This isn't exactly an easy question to answer. So that's a big problem. It can add to an increase in anxiety, especially if you're coming up to either you get a debt collection letter or you get sued for something else, you get arrested, you're trying to get divorced, and you get help with this. And are you going to have to go into debt in order to be able to get, which just increases anxiety, which increases the risk of making mistakes or disclosing something you shouldn't. You don't have information, not advice that you should. So the technical problem is how do users find a tool, right? So if you build this really cool app, you go to an hackathon and you build this tool that says, hey, in Massachusetts, you can tell you if you qualify for legal aid, and you can also tell you if you qualify for a public defender. That might be one app, that might be two apps, right? And then usually it's another app if you want to qualify in Louisiana or something. Now, for something like LLC funding, that's pretty much the exact same code. You're doing the exact same thing in all of those jurisdictions. Maybe with just a little bit of change if you're in Alaska requires for the federal poverty guidelines. And then also maintenance is a huge issue with that, right? You don't really know when you're going to be able to work on it again, if it's a hackathon project, or if it's just grant funded. The code might still be the same, but the whole overall infrastructure, right? The app, even if it's on Docassemble, it's just a Docassemble interview. Making sure that someone goes on that server every so often and pulls security updates and things like that. Or we get some awesome pen testing done. The gentleman in the back, they're looking for the security professionals, right? If they find any vulnerabilities, that those get updated. And also, stakeholder input. It's really hard to get critical mass behind something if you have 1,000 different apps in 1,000 different places. No one's going to know where to look, and it's just this really dispersed energy, which never gets these kind of virtuous cycles going of those kind of positive feedback. So the cause of this is from a slide earlier, like kind of stress is the poor may not know the poor enough, or they may actually not be poor enough to qualify for legally, so you want to go through the whole 4-hour process, and you've taken the day off from work to kind of try and go in and find out that they don't qualify. Family of 4, this is for LSC funding, if they make more than $40,235 a year in the continental United States, they don't qualify, which is kind of crazy. But that's kind of how that's. And also the information is hard to find and understand. So the solution is a single tool for all jurisdictions that's easy to contribute to and has low maintenance costs. And so that is what we're working on building. Clerical and Instant Attorney, which is open source and a Docassemble interview. So we'll check this out. So there's actually 2 components here. There is both the interview portion of it, and then there is this another Airtable here. And so this is what you think of as the database, right? And so because we're maybe a little more nerdy, we're going to start out with this part instead of the nice gooey Docassemble interview, which is, so this is the resource type, right, public defender, but if you scroll down within the same table, you can also qualify not only all 50 states for public defenders, but all 50 states for LSC funded legal aid, right? And then the next category is the NSMI V2 code, which is what Margaret Hagan at Stanford's working on. And so up here we have crimes and prisons, which is the top level category for a public defender. And below that, we have all of the categories that LSC helps with their federal funding. And then it's by state, and eventually on a larger platform, we'll be able to go down to county. And then this is the code. This is the meat of what's going to be run. And this is different for each of these columns, or sorry, for each of these rows. This is a description of how that's done. And then if we scroll over even more, there's a URL so you can actually look at the Federal Register and see our justification for coming up at these numbers. And so just a little sneak peek, this is the code that is going to be run here if we pick California for LSC legal, right? This is the code. Awesome.
How are you getting that code into your?
Good question. Are we? I think my server.
HTTPS. Signal which of Wi-Fi signal. One of the fresh Wi-Fi.
That is on. We're on Ethernet. Okay, so I'll just talk while this maybe thinks about it, about what's actually going on. So to answer your question, how is this getting in there? It's a special document assemble interview. That's what the eligibility is. And so what it does is actually a really bad thing, which is called arbitrary code execution. And what it's doing is it is taking the code that you're sending in from this Airtable over here, this code here, then gets turned in line into code inside of your interview that gets run. And then if you look at these variables, this is why it's so cool that we've got a couple of people interested in shared variables, because what this will allow you to write is you no longer have to write your whole interview for, let's say, the federal poverty guidelines. All you have to say is up here, household income is less than federal poverty guideline. So as long as you define how to get household income, right, that's defined in a question, whether it's using Docassemble income and quick written, which is much more complicated than my simple one line, how much income does your household make, right? That and then the federal poverty guideline can be pulled from another table actually. So there's a second Airtable that I don't have up right now that actually will list for the year those numbers. So you don't have to repeat them in your code. And so key is that you have to trust your source of this. And so this will eventually be encapsulated in kind of a blocking style format that will then be outputted as XML and then have schema checking against it before it goes into our database that is accessible from the internet directly, and then that's what gets put in and run within Engine. So,
what does your Docassemble interview look like?
Okay. Well, since we're having a problem here, we're just going to keep this super technical. And we're just going to go get it up. Hey, Docassemble. It's awesome. Okay. If you want to, that's also the source code for the Airtable. It's going to export it. So this is all
Make it a little bigger.
Oh, can I make it bigger?
Just roll past.
Okay, is that better? Is it? Yep. Good, good. Okay. Welcome to Instant Journey. Let's get down to the fun part here.
Looks like you had some Python code.
Yeah, I have some code. I think the meeting code's right. So this is talking to Airtable, and this is getting the data from Airtable right here. So this is where this is going on. Yeah, that exact provider sentence. So that is the arbitrary code execution. Which you have to very much protect against, right? You don't just want to, and this is kind of part, even with community lawyer document, right? power of Docassemble is you have all of Python. That's amazing, but you don't want to just let anyone on your server run code because they have arbitrary code Pythons. So it's problematic, right? If you don't trust the source. So that is kind of how the magic is happening. So there's going to have to be a lot of security and mapping around that to make sure that that doesn't go awry. But there's never going to be any real permanent living client data on the Docassemble server. So it's all going to live on a separate database, and it just goes and interview just gets run in this. So it is sort of sandboxed in that way as well. Well,
Were you including any particular Python libraries?
so I use the Airtable Python library that Toby pointed me to, which was super useful for kind of wrapping and communicating with Airtable and getting that in. And because we were just having problems,
The point of using Airtables for collaborating on the description, some of the rules, the whole rule.
So the reason I use Airtable is because it's great for minimum viable products and kind of just grouping things out. If you want to have a more collaborative environment, Airtable requires this sort of trust of everyone on the system who's going to think what's in there. And eventually, so the goal is all that data that's there is eventually going to be on instant training and have a community wiki. And so there's going to be levels of administration on that, and also permission systems for updates and approvals that is kind of passed over Airtable. Because if you're an organization, right, you don't just want someone going and changing your eligibility criteria. So, but you also want community people to be able to contribute that if the organization is on it. So it's kind of taking that considered. Cool. Well, I think I might just cede the stage here since we're not able to get this demo up. But hopefully, I guess I have to show you some of this. So thank you all very much.